Before we get started, let's do a little money incentive challenge between me and you. Who can win a $50 Amazon gift card? There's 56 games this week, and I want you to go in the comments and predict how many you think I'm going to get right, and the person who gets the closest or gets the answer right will get a $50 Amazon gift card. Now for tiebreaker, I want you to also predict the final score of the Oregon versus Indiana game. So the example, it would be, Andrew, you're going to get 37 games right, and the final score of Oregon-Indiana is going to be 37-21 Oregon. That's what you do. Go in the comments right now. Let's see if you can win a $50 Amazon card. Boom, let's start the timer. Both of these teams are horrible. I don't even know how Middle Tennessee has won this year. We're going with them. Liberty versus UTEP, 2 1-4 teams. UTEP has Malachi Nelson, former 5-star. That's the only reason why I even know who they are. I'm going to go with UTEP in this game. Louisiana Tech has shown signs of life this year. East Carolina's not it. Tulane is one of the best group of 5 teams. Southern Miss and Georgia Southern. The only reason I'm picking Georgia Southern, I have a subscriber who keeps talking about Georgia Southern every single time. I'm going to go with you. Jack State, Sam Houston has not won a game. They're 0-5, Jack State. Now, South Florida versus North Texas. Everyone's riding North Texas. Oh, they're going to be the group of 5 team. They have the 3rd best chances to make the playoff. They have played no one. At least USF has played someone. They beat Florida, and that win looks a lot better after Florida beat Texas. South Florida on the road, but this is the game of the week. This should be College game day. Unfortunately, it's a Friday night game. We have the whole Oregon thing. Fresno State and Colorado State. Colorado State might be having its worst year in like 5 seasons. Fresno State's not amazing, but they have a really easy schedule. We're going to go with them. Washington. If Washington can come back down 20-0 on the road at Maryland, they will have no issue with Rutgers at home in Seattle. They're going to get it back. Georgia and Auburn. I really want to go with Auburn in this game, but when you give Kirby Smart one loss, you bring them on the road in a little rivalry game, little rivalry series, there's no way they're losing that. Clemson got their mojo back, but they're not good. Remember that. They're playing North Carolina and Boston College. Toledo and Bowling Green. I never know who to choose in these mid-MAC games. We're just going to go with Bowling Green. We're throwing up a shot. UNM, they beat UCLA, but no, they're not beating Boise State. Boise State bounced back. They played all right against Notre Dame last week. Coastal Carolina's having a horrible year. I'm liking UL Monroe in this game, excuse me. Iowa State and Colorado. Iowa State, Colorado might lose out the rest of the season. Don't know what's going on in the locker room. Coach Prime's having all the bladder cancer issues. I feel bad for him. Hope he does well. Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan. We're going Eastern at home. They played a good game last week. UAB and Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic might be the basement of the basement. Pretty sure they lost to FIU. Pitt and Florida State. No, I'm just playing with you guys. I'm just playing with you guys. Georgia Tech really would like to lose this game. I wouldn't be surprised if this is close. They like to play down to their competition. App State and Georgia State. Georgia State's better at home. I think App State's favored in this game by 2.5, but there's no way they're winning that. James Madison, give them the home team. TCU and Kansas State. You guys are going to hate me for this because everyone likes to hate on Kansas State, but it's the Big 12. In the Big 12, the teams are so evenly matched. You go on the road, you sleep a little. TCU won their last ball game against Colorado. They're feeling good. They didn't play amazing. We're going to give this one to Kansas State, actually. UMass and Kent State. Who do I even pick for this? How do you pick between those two teams? I mean, they're just trash. South Carolina, LSU. South Carolina has fallen off the face of the earth. Old Dominion's rocking. I really like them. Houston and Oklahoma State. I wanted to do another Kansas State matchup where I picked the home team, who's technically not as good because Houston got waxed last week. They were playing Texas Tech. We'll give that to them. Penn State, if they lose again, James Franklin is fired. He's not letting that happen. Stanford's a horrible team. SMU. Florida at A&M. I'm going with Florida. They're riding the momentum. I really have thought all year A&M's not that good. I mean, they got Notre Dame when Notre Dame was down, when Notre Dame was in that funk. They also beat Auburn at home, but is beating Auburn at home really that crazy when they can't move the ball on offense? No, Florida's really talented. If they just stay clean on offense, they're going to win the game. Troy versus Texas State. Give me Texas State. Kansas, this is not even a question. Texas Tech is so much better than every single team in the Big 12 right now. Navy and Temple. Temple's having a good season. Don't lie. They've been 3-9 their last 3 seasons. They have 3 wins. They've matched their win total. But Navy's one of the top teams in the group of 5 right now. Their quarterback's throwing for like 400 yards. Miami, Ohio's played some teams tough. I'll give Miami, Ohio that game. Ooh, BYU and Arizona. I don't think that's going to travel. I don't think it's going to travel. BYU's undefeated. They have a really great defense. They cause special teams turnovers, but I really think that home environment for Arizona is going to do something. Again, it's the Big 12. How do you choose these evenly matched matchups? But you know what's not an evenly matched matchup? UCF versus Cincy. UCF is horrible. Oh my gosh. I mean, they're going back to Scott Frost. That's going to be a whole thing. Ohio State and Illinois, I really want to do it, but Ohio State's going to play a boring game like they always do. They'll probably win 24-13. They're just a boring team to watch, honestly, because they do everything right, and they don't need to be flashy. Nebraska and Maryland, it's that time. Nah, okay, I was going to pick Maryland, but it's October Maryland. They love to choke. Nebraska finally has something. They have an easy schedule, and they're not going to be looking ahead to any game. Purdue and Minnesota. Minnesota in this game. They're going to bounce back after that Ohio State loss. I don't see how Oregon loses this. I really don't. After going on the road and beating Penn State in the whiteout, they're at home. Indiana's very good. Oregon is so good in Autzen Stadium. I don't think you guys realize I've been to so many of those games living in the state of Oregon for the last 10, 15 years that they just don't lose at Autzen. They always play up. The crowd's going to be Rockets College game day. I am really torn on Michigan and USC. Holy smokes. We're going to have to do a live thought process for this. Which team wants it more? I think USC does want it more. Is USC going to be able to be physical? They weren't physical against Illinois, but they did have some chances to win that game. They kind of made some stupid plays, stupid turnovers. I'm going to say they're going to fix it. They had a lot of injuries in that Illinois game. They'll be able to play more physical. And Bryce Underwood hasn't shown he can do it against a real team. Again, he's the paper tiger touchdown guy. He's going to score touchdowns against Wisconsin, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it in a big game. Hopefully the Coliseum's rocking for that. Arkansas and Tennessee, I don't see this as an upset at all. I mean, Arkansas, they're going through the coaching change. Yeah, Taylon Green might throw for 300 yards, but Tennessee's a much better team, and they're playing at home. Rice versus UTSA. You mean UTSA in that ball game. Arizona State and Utah. This is like for the number 2 spot in the Big 12, basically, or number 3 spot. I still believe in Utah, even though they didn't look good against Texas Tech. They're too good in Salt Lake City. Devin Dampierre's got it. Their quarterback. They can run the ball. They can play defense. They can do all that. Arizona State, they already lost on the road at Mississippi State. So what makes you think you're going to go at Utah and win that game? Iowa versus Wisconsin. That's mid versus mid. Going to be low scoring. Going to be a grind battle. Iowa on the road. UCLA and Michigan State. UCLA, that was great. I mean, you got Neuheisel calling your plays, but that's not going to happen again. Alabama and Missouri. The SEC is so tough. The SEC, I'm just going to do it. The SEC is so tough, you never know what's going to happen. Missouri can run the ball. If Alabama can match their rushing, it'll be a good game. But if Missouri can run the ball they're averaging 292 on the ground, I believe, for the entire season. So if they can do something like that, they really got it. Charlotte and Army. Army's coming off momentum from a win last week. I applaud Washington State for playing games like these because they're doing an independent schedule much like Oregon State is, but instead of playing Wake Forest, they're playing at Ole Miss. That is ballsy as shit. Ole Miss might win 70-0, or who knows? Maybe Ole Miss will be sleeping and Washington State can do something. NC State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to cakewalk the rest of their schedule, except the USC game. I'm serious. It's too easy. They might be 10-2 and they might make the playoffs. I don't think they should make the playoffs at 10-2, not playing in a conference championship. That's just me. I'm picking against my team and I'm rooting against my team because there needs to be some staff changes. We need to fire the entire staff. The athletic director's got to go. I hope we go 0-12 this season. I'm legitimately rooting for Wake Forest in this game to make change in the program. I picked App State against us last week. That's a whole deal. Air Force and UNLV. UNLV has a cupcake schedule and they're still undefeated. I don't know how good they are. Remember, this is a first-year head coach at UNLV, Dan Mullen. Why is Texas favored in this game? They couldn't block against Florida. We've seen how good Oklahoma is on the lines and in the trenches. I think they're just going to swarm them. There's a chance that John Mateer comes back. Even if John Mateer doesn't come back, I don't see Texas able to run the ball or even protect the quarterback in this game. Oklahoma has the momentum. We're going to go with OU in this game. Why is Texas going to win? If Texas wins, it's really going to shock me. Ball State and Western Michigan. Western Michigan won last week. They had a really good game. Ball State also won. Western Michigan just a little better. San Jose State and Wyoming. We're going to go with Wyoming just because they're at home. San Diego State and Nevada, they have a lot of momentum. They haven't played anyone, but Nevada might be one of the worst teams in the FBS. We've talked about that a lot, and the whole group is 6. Utah State and Hawaii, evenly matched. Hawaii at home, 9 o'clock p.m. West Coast start. Boom! Oh, and just so you know, guys, this is weird, but I'm moving to Australia. Yes. Isn't that weird that me, college football YouTubers, moving to Australia in the middle of the season? So these games will be starting on Sunday morning for me at 3 a.m. And I might just pull an all-nighter for these college football games and pull like a 24-hour stream type deal, or who knows? Maybe I'll go to bed at 9, start at 3 a.m. It's a whole weird ordeal, but we're still going to be tuning into these games. We're still going to be doing the weekly recaps like you see here on the screen, and maybe even some more fun NFL videos that we have on the left side. But the deal is, if you're new here, subscribe so you can see all these bangers and the weekly picks, and I hope you win the Amazon $50 gift card. Personally, how many games do I think I'm winning out of 56? 40. And that's a little ambitious because I believe last week I got about half of them right. I'm going 40. I took some wild picks in this, like picking Missouri over Alabama. Also picking Kansas State's a little wild. Picking Florida's a little wild. I don't like the chalk picks, and I feel like I have good reasoning for every single one of them. But yeah.